So good morning. But that's my notes. I've got to find my notes. Here we go. Got to start my show off with my theme song, y'all. Let's get back to work. City on fire.
My city on fire. My city on fire. I'm sorry I fight ya. I'm just trying to be better. Too cold for a sweater. Nah, there's no forever. We on the search for better. We on the search for better. We on the search for better. My city on fire. I'm sorry I fight ya. I'm just trying to be better. Too cold for a sweater. Learn there's no forever. We on the search for better. We on the search for better. For better. I think they mad that I said something. Ugly nigga for ransom. But my brother's alright. I'm trying to be a provider. Where I'm from it's all violent. Safer to keep silent. It's hard for me to choose you. Scare my life would abuse you. My city on fire. I'm sorry I fight ya. I'm just trying to be better. Too cold for a sweater. Learn there's no forever. We on the search for better. We on the search for better. For better. And I can't wait to tell my mama that I made it. Man, I'm tired of the stressing and I'm tired of this fake shit. I see the vision, say there ain't no being lazy. Gotta wake up early morning, yeah, the money never waiting. My mama showed them different when you worry about you bitches. Stack your dreams, travel far, fast, but she missing. I pray my love a better way in 7 days. Cause the people in my city really steady, acting shady. R.I.P. dope boy, ain't get to make it through. Man, I'm truly scarred, why it had to be you. Do it on your own, now you have to lose your life. We just finna make it out, see if that can catch a flight. I'm sorry I fight ya. I'm just trying to be better. Too cold for a sweater. Learn there's no forever. We on the search for better. We on the search for better. For better. Keep it real, I don't know who to trust. They love you when you down, but they hate you when you up. How you my brother, but you stealing from me blood. I just peep shit, now I gotta like a trust. She been welling on me, though for real. Ever since my brother died, mama said I need to chill. Baby, take your time, I promise you gotta heal. I just push her to the side, but I still feel it still. I've been hurting, broke past, got me spurging. Goon mask, I've been purging. Busy cock back, got my mind set on murder. Got my mind set on murder. My city on fire. I'm sorry I fight ya. I'm just trying to be better. Too cold for a sweater. There's no forever. We on the search for better. We on the search for better. For better.
So, good morning. The reality is that this is 2025 and we're talking about DEI. We're talking about the woke. And I'm saying, honestly, who is the woke? And what does it look like to be awoke? And I'm saying, as I'm trying to figure out, oh, well, let me see. Okay. Copy that. Done. And I've got to find out. There we go. Where my bottom was. Because there is a bottom to everything. And I'm saying, And it is just true. It's so unfortunate, but it is reality. Who are you in 2025? Have you chosen to be alive? People want to talk about the way that the animals behave. And some people just see things so organized, and some people are so disorganized. I'll be on the other side of that. And it's going to be what it's going to be in America. As an American citizen, well, if you're not working, you can come on up. But, oh, what's today? Today is Sunday. That's what it is. It should be an off day, but who knows? In America, it's a real, real thing. I mean, my sister called me. She said, "Oh, are you aware that the Smithsonian," and they went to the Historically Black Museum there in DC, and they're taking down all of the DEI information. I'm saying, how in the hell did that happen? I mean, it's like we've been living in America and maybe we didn't know our own history, but it matters that somebody else has always been there. And somebody else has already been through that shit. And why do we have to continue to pretend that we don't matter? Because we do. And we just wouldn't be where we are without participating. And it's those who choose to participate. I mean, Snoop is on Bango or Bigo. I think it's called Bigo. And Bigo, well, you get to earn money by inviting people to come to the talks. But, they really do shoot you out quite a bit. So if you're on the platform and you're doing, something, I don't believe they just talk over there. I think, well, they do. They have groups of rooms of people. And I'm just trying to understand the message because I don't like sitting in dysfunction. Is if we don't understand what I don't understand what we see. When we see all these young women fighting each other over something that they can't measure. And then, people get involved with relationships with people. Then they have children. Those children are consequences, not from love, but from actions. And I'm saying, this is some pretty sick stuff, but we living in it and we are surviving and it is just real. But it is unfortunate that diversity, equity, and inclusion are at the center of what? The discussion. And we ain't talking about it still. We've been dismissed from the table. I said, oh, did you not know? Were you not aware that I have the same rights as you? And when I'm asking, I need to understand, and so many people don't understand. Our children are not scoring where they should be. Why are you in the 11th grade reading third grade work? Well, you can't even do the 11th grade work. Then you get all marked up for willful defiance, not pretending. I'm saying enough is enough because it is the pretense that matters. We're living in a day of what? Fantasy. As fantasy is just not reality, but it is the word. And when young people see it, they see all this chaos. Then they try to navigate a pathway through this chaos, forgetting that they have been gifted a gift. And the gift that you have been gifted, truly, it is your obligation to develop that so that you can do what? Someone's eager to chat on that bingo thing. I don't know what it is. It's a little kind of like dinosaur with a little blue tail. And he just what you calls. He pops up all the time. I get more messages from that app than I've gotten from any other app. And even when you send out the message, it doesn't necessarily make, it doesn't necessarily make the news. So, say number one is the loneliest because number one is the loneliest. But I'm saying you still have to work to do what? Everybody has to work to sway the room. And you see, that's why we had advertisement in public stuff in the first place. It is a perception. Yes, it can be very common and misconstrued or misunderstood as when you're born, no one tells you anything. Oh, I got a text from my sister. Let me see what it says. You gotta believe. Oh, I don't know. What is that? Let's see. So Yolanda Adams has a new single, You Gotta Believe. And we can't listen to it because there's a 10-second rule out here. Now, you can be on for 10 seconds of somebody else's music without doing what? And it's really how they They said a mountain lion jumping from backyard to backyard just stepped off Boulder Highway near Russell and Las Vegas. I mean, it really doesn't matter because mountain lions might be protected, and really does it matters. Like the coyotes are protected here. Maybe the mountain lions have some certain protection also. I mean, this is why I said that's true. I guess if we were involved in that fight, then we could claim some ownership of it. And I'm saying, well, what fight is it? Truly. Here we are, living in 2025. And so you can see every no, there's just no way. Good morning, good morning. We just blessed that we're living in this year of 2025 and understanding that perhaps the Smithsonian, they were talking about taking all of and Bill Cosby was just donating to the Smithsonian Institute. And they were Hmm. Christina is chilling. I don't know who Christina is, but Christina. Hmm. I might be greedy, but the government has yet to provide for citizens basic food, clothing. Well, that's because it is mandatory. And I got to tell you, I got to tell you, the government does provide. You see, song. And here we are, living in 2025, where they tell us what we can do with our songs and our music. And if they're helping you get to the next step, boo, don't worry. They control you too. Did you sign up? Did you sign up? I'm just talking. My son has joined me at the table, and we don't have a red table like, you know, what's his name? Who has the red table with the bald head? Homegirl. We don't have a red table. We do have. If the government provides the needs, then I mean, but I'm trying to tell you, the government does provide. Yes, Jada's the one, but I'm saying the government provides, but it gives your state local control. And boo, if you never show up, well, they just have to miss you, and they miss your ass every day because you just didn't show up. But the moment you show up and share a concern, well, that's when you become on the radar. Then your little devices start tripping. You know, they don't let you do certain things, and then they try to give you some extra credit when you didn't have credit. I mean, they got all these things that happen to you. And what can I say? That's life, liberty, and the belief of justice. I mean, because I think Ahmaud Arbery was a young, beautiful black man, and he was out there jogging in the neighborhood that didn't belong to him, belonged to some people who was doing some neighborhood watch, and they had some stuff. I mean, it's not like Neo. I mean, it's a long story. I'd rather build up some. What is that? Guess to pay. I don't know what that is to fight against so much. No, you just have to show up. It's Gestapo. And I'm saying that it is we, the people, and we have to approach this thing in a different manner because we're talking about it. And why would the Smithsonian Institute, that got all that money and donations from Mr. Bill Cosby, and considered taking him out? But I don't know if they did, but I just want to understand what's going on because we contribute to America. Hell, every device that was worth something, like the refrigerator and the traffic light, and you could just go on and on. I got a book, 365 days of things that black people have brought to America, but somehow their gifts don't. Oh yes, they benefit America, but they don't benefit you individually because you can't even link yourself up. But all these, like Neo is on BOGO too, but I know Snoop's out there working it because Snoop likes the attention, and he does. So I give it to him. But who knows? He got people who need to reinvest dollars because he got to pay taxes too, and he's giving the federal government some money. I'm telling you, because cabaret taxes, they're entertainment taxes, boo. But when they brought the Raiders to Nevada, now think about the taxes on $7 million. What was that young man that was out there driving in the morning? Because he had an attitude and he believed that his attitude was worthy of his behavior. Unfortunately, that was a misnomer, meaning it was not true because he got in jail. But he only got 3 years. And some people are just not happy with the 3 years that he got. But he took an undocumented life. Now, according to Trump, it was like that undocumented was not even here. but his behavior was real. What was his name? I forget. But anyways, the story never ends. It's a never-ending story as I continue to see these young women with no clothes on fighting each other for something that they can't even measure. They can't miss it because they don't know. And no one's committed to them because it is a journey to go through. And we have all these young people with these babies. And how in the hell did the black folks get 38% population of Negro children in the foster care program here in Viva Las Vegas? And I'm saying, it's like the hustle is on. They have those dancers that stand on top of the casinos things, and they're up there and they've got the little tail feathers and the big head things on, and they actually walk the streets here in Nevada looking like they buck naked. That's what they call it, buck naked. And when they have the big headdresses on, but I'm trying to tell you something happened a few years back where an illegal and undocumented person was on a regular bus, a Greyhound bus, you know, where you can feel secure. But I guess not so much security is happening in America. They just don't have they've never committed to creating a process in which they let people come and visit, born in the USA, but then not be an American citizen. Well, no, they have the Carboniere in Italy. They've got these law enforcement to stand there in black, all black, with machine guns, and they're everywhere. And they wish you would. They just wish you would. And then people are walking around and enjoying life. And they have siesta between 3 and 5 every day. And people go and have coffee and and talk and socialize. And I'm saying that doesn't happen in America. They don't have any social time for families. And I'm saying it's just a lot of homeless people. But, we've already accomplished the homeless situation, especially for families that have children, because America created this thing called McKinney-Vento. And if you've ever read the McKinney-Vento grant, you understand that they get federal dollars to help you not be homeless. And then we have the thing called Housing and Redevelopment Agency, and then Trump has somebody in there. And all those people who've been on Section 8 have been dependent for years, get ready to get kicked out, to get ready to understand that there is nothing going to be safe in America. I'm so blessed because God provided me a pathway out of that. I was on Section 8, and I never had a problem getting housing. It is unfortunate that so many people are on that Section 8 waiting list for years, and I didn't understand that, but I was grateful that my last name was Anderson and Phillips. Never got to fall before the A and the B, and the A and the B comes first. Did you not know that? I mean, that said housing, and then my rent was like $300, and I could find the house for like 17 or whatever, but I had space to gather and space to learn, and my children had space to grow. They had created a basement, what do you call those, studio, where they could go down there and kick it with their friends, and they didn't even have to come in the house. You could go right downstairs to the basement. And I'm saying, you see, this is what happens when people have money. They get to allow their children to create a lifestyle that they can live in. And it just has to be their perception. It don't have to be no real reality. But I'm still trying to understand that every time I turn on this goddamn cell phone on TikTok, these young people, they taking off their clothes and fighting each other. And I'm saying, well, what the hell? What are they fighting over? What could it be? Something that they cannot measure. They don't own the individual that they choose to sleep with. So many of them choose to sleep with everybody. And I'm saying, oh no, close your legs. And then they just have all these diseases that they be carrying around. And it is like in living color. In living color. Remember where they was in the room and in the bed, and two of them. Then all of a sudden, two more showed up. Then all of a sudden, two more showed up. Then all of a sudden, I had to think about that shit. Pretty soon, the room was so full. And you just sleeping with everybody that person has slept with in their entire life. And pretty soon, there's just too many. You can't control it. So keep yourself to yourself. Learn that The vessel that you must protect is the vessel that you're in. You ain't trying to pick up nothing, no stray dogs, no strays. Be in love with you and know that there's so much that you can do if you believe. Because you got to believe in something. You know, song that song. If you believe in something, why not believe in me? There's a song like that. There's a lot of gospel songs that give you what? Hope. But you have no hope if you have no real reality. And you have no real reality if you've never been successful. But what does success look like? Well, hell, it don't look like that letter grade of F. And when they created that thing, social promotion, what is that? There's just so many things that are considered whatever, mediocre. But people get paid still, even if you're not benefiting. And I said, well, hell, what the hell is that? I'm confused. Donald Trump went after one of America's top law firms. Well, I'm going to tell you something about the secret about Donald. Now let's put this in. And that's just what it is. So here we are, living in 2025, where we have to pretend that slavery didn't happen. And Well, I think I'm going to take a break. Let me see what Donald's doing this morning. Because Donald does something every day. Donald went after one of the top law firms, and the decision to fight back took 2 hours. I don't know, it took 2 hours, whatever. The whole thing is that it's we, the people. hmm Let me see, let me see, let me see. Chain controls could be likely in the Sierra roadways, at times bringing travel delays over the summit. So it's snowing in the summit, up there in the peaks, whatever. Let me see this. This pesky low. It's a PESKY. Low has been allowing cool air to a side of the area of northwest continues to sit over the region. It's a little chilly this morning, but it's awesome in the sunshine. Henderson police involved investigating a traffic collision Thursday took a tragic turn hmm hmm to kill a pedestrian. You ain't got no business. Raiders. It was Henry Ruggs that was, the one person that was the $7 million Raiders, 20 something years old at $7 million. He had no parameters, no one to tell him how to behave, and he had lost it all because $7 million make you think you is invincible, but none of us are invincible, and we all need to stand. So I would encourage you to take your stand in 2025.